G'day, guys, and welcome to the Northern Footy Show. I have my co-host, as usual, Matthew Bonadeo, sitting next to me. But more importantly, there's someone else here that broke every Carlton supporter's heart last September. Darcy Wilmot, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me, guys.
Now, we've got your Pepsi Max. Maddie, walk me through the story on the Pepsi Max that we talked about.
Well, if you had seen his interview when he was first drafted, I'm pretty sure the hooligans in the background, as well as his Pepsi Max, was his celebratory drink. So, and then every other time, I'm pretty sure that they've brought it up quite a few times on Channel 7 and when you got your Rising Star as well. So,
yeah, I'm pretty sure every interview I've had, it comes up at least once or twice.
There's a couple here. Pepsi Max, if you want to sponsor us, we're pretty cheap. Probably a slab each and get us through for the year, to be honest. But now you're down here before you go back home and start your pre-season and everything. Now, I'm a Carlton man, all right, so I'm a little pissed with you, to be totally honest, but we'll get over that during the show. Maddie, you're going to help us take us back to juniors with Darcy.
Well, I'm going to start where we are at the AFL right now. So, in the last 12 months, you started AFL basically in the first final. You kicked a goal in your first game, set 35,000 Gabba fans off his head, possibly a 43-year-old middle-aged bloke at home as well. You've played 23 games, I think, all this year, and then got into a grand final in your second year. You must think this AFL job's pretty easy, to be honest.
Yeah, 25 games this year, just scratch it.
23 finals.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's many digits past his nose.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal to be able to play the whole year this year and stuff. So, yeah, I was more just grateful that I could be able to play each game and stuff, and go to all the venues and stuff off the stadium, and GWS go play them at Canberra and stuff. So it's all pretty cool and stuff, and yeah, just looking forward to the
way
next
as you go.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, just grateful for the opportunity that comes through.
How did you find the transition from AFL? Like, there's kids out there now watching. There's people looking to be drafted this year. How did you find the transition from? Because the training obviously steps up a hell of a lot when you go to AFL.
Yeah.
The professionalism, your dietitians, and everything like that. How did you find the change between the two?
Yeah, it's it's a bit challenging. I didn't find it too bad, to be honest. In my first year, it was like I just did myself really, and went in there with my same habits that I did through juniors and Northern Nights and stuff, and but yeah, obviously the intensity and the standards go up and stuff, so that takes a little bit to get used to, but I think I was prepared for that. So yeah, it was pretty good, but it was just more exciting to have that next level, and then trying to see myself go through that level. Even when I was younger and stuff, always trying to play upper age group just so I can get that next level in me. And now, when you're playing against Brownlow medalists and stuff like that, yeah, it's just it's a pretty surreal moment and environment to be in.
Well, you haven't done yourself an injustice, because you got a Rising Star nomination this year. I was advocating from round 2, just to be fair. It took 6 weeks for them to realise, or 10 weeks to realise that you should have got one. And top 5 at the end of the year, you must be pretty chuffed getting that type of ability.
Yeah, yeah, it was almost better that the name wasn't shown up on that, because the difference between the votes was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good to get noticed with that sort of stuff. But it was more coming into that week and stuff was all more trying to beat Carlton and then go to the grand final or something like that. Yeah. But it was all leading up into the grand final, so I didn't really care about that stuff. It was more just trying to win the grand final and focus on that. But to get recognised for individually and stuff like that, because obviously it's a team sport, but individually you also want to see how good you can get, and it starts now from where I am, and yeah, so it's pretty cool to get recognised with that.
And take us through grand final week, second year playing in a grand final. Who'd you beat in the prelim?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Carlton.
Yeah. How did you find that?
One more, boys, and I'm out. You can be hosting the show.
How did you find grand final week? It must have just been the most exciting week. As a young kid, you probably watched it growing up. You run out on grand final day. Disappointing, obviously, at the end, but you must have thought, this is a dream second year in.
Sorry. that's straight in the mic there.
Well, he's gone
No,
backwards
yeah.
and he's taken the mic with him.
Nice. One of these guys come back
This is
up.
live TV.
Yeah.
You can't screw this. We had our first
Right,
crowd in his way. He's
yeah.
bought in half a Lorimer with him. And they're 8 beers in and they've only been here 6 minutes.
What was the question again?
But
Yeah, grand final. Yeah, going into it was I don't know, it like I've never been in that situation, so it was all new. You didn't know what to feel or how to feel, sort of thing. You were just kind of every day was just living in the moment, kind of thing. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, like so I didn't know like what to expect at all, but going into like the grand final parade and stuff that's pretty surreal. Even though like majority of the supporters there were Collingwood at the parade, but like when you saw like the little Brisbane pockets and stuff like that were like cheering for you, it was pretty special. And then yeah, obviously going to grand final, and then going up and watching Jackson Pride do the 100-meter sprint, even though I don't know how he got second, but
20 metres behind, mind you.
yeah, but yeah,
Let's hope.
he did it, so credit to him. But
Yeah, he did well.
yeah, no, it was pretty surreal. First quarter grand final, I actually couldn't stop vomiting. I was like, just like, I don't know if I was nervous, but I think I just knew the occasion. But I was trying to tell myself, like, just play footy. But I think self-consciously I knew like what it was. So
The occasion probably gets to you once you're actually out there.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely like unreal. Like
I'm going to say I've played in 7 losing grand finals, right? So it's not me, it's the other 21 blokes as well.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But I remember my first one, and mate, I was riding the dunny pretty hard leading up to it. It was pretty overwhelming. And I remember playing with another guy who was actually a year younger than me, and he said, "Oh, who cares? But are we still going to clubs tonight?" Like, and it's amazing how 2 different people can, were you more, it is what it is, let's just enjoy it, I'm going to soak it up and have fun, or were you more nervous?
Like leading up to it, or
yeah.
I think leading up to it, I've always been pretty excited about like big occasions and stuff. You have your little nerves and stuff like that, but I think I was more just excited just because like I've never done this before. Like this is the first time. Like we dream about this like when we were 4 years old. Watch it every year and stuff. So just to enjoy it. Just how exciting it's going to be. So just embrace it.
Yeah.
Like look around. Like I go down to Montmorency and we do run and stuff in the trees in the background up on the hill and stuff. And I tell the boys, I'm like, oh, that's where like all the crowd is on the MCG. Like you look up above and like, it's surreal. Like 100,000 people yelling at you.
Does everyone that's playing at that level, do they just appreciate the MCG for what we imagine it would be like?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Like you get there, it's pretty surreal. It's like the NBA playing at Madison Square Garden. Like all the icon places and stuff. Like it's you picture what that would be like, and it's the exact same thing. So
tell me about your first junior club, your first game of footy. How old are you? Where do you play it? There's 19 clubs in the NFL that are claiming you as their own. I want to know where your first game was, and do you remember it?
Nah,
that's the wrong.
So, well, I know I played for Yambat. Up the cave. But I don't remember the first game at all.
Do you know how old you were when you started?
Yeah, so I think I was younger than everyone else because I'm like my birthday is December 31st, so I'm younger than everyone else. But I'm pretty sure when Dad put me down there, there was 2 teams for under 9s, and they thought the B team was the younger age group, so he put me in that one just to see how it would go. But didn't realize that the next age group was just the A's. Like it wasn't an extra age group; it was just the same age group, but just better team.
Players, yeah.
So and then I think Dad was a bit weird because I was doing pretty well in under 9s, and then I was playing with the B team, but I didn't really care. I was having fun. But I don't remember first game though. And then next year we collided into one team, which is pretty good. And then the rest is history there. Played until under 17s. And
when did you think I'm a chance here at going to another level? At some age, you think I'm good enough here. I might have a crack. Or at what age did you think I'm actually better than most of these guys?
It wasn't. I didn't think like that. It was more. It was more myself saying like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. Like I'm just gonna make it. Like we have friends because I've got my mates here on TV. we got in
Studio
year
audience.
seven.
We'll get them on.
Yeah,
Studio
yeah,
audience.
they'll come in. They'll come in.
We'll get them in.
Year 7 or 8, I can remember Jack Harmony, his name is. He remembers me telling a story to all my teachers about, like, I used to do well, or not like, I was all right in class, like I didn't fail and stuff. They used to copy off me. Yes, he did. Don't even. And then, so I do all right in class, but I do like the bare minimum. And the teacher's like, oh, it's like, why do you always do the bare minimum? And I'm like, I'm just gonna make AFL. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Like, I'm playing footy anyway. Like, I don't need this. Like, I'll do the bare minimum and then I'll go off play games on the iPad. Like, I think I just always knew that that's just what I wanted to do. Obviously, Dad played AFL and stuff, and so I was surrounded by like good mentors and stuff. Boomer Harmony was always down there. I was playing with Cooper and stuff. So like I'd always be chatting to them, and me and Dad would always go for a kick. He'd even take me out of school a couple of days a week and just take me home early, and we'll go down to footy over and have a kick and stuff.
Just in case my young bloke's watching this, it's not an option. School.
So
Well, I do let him get out to go fishing, and that's about it.
yeah, no, that's good. But
That's why I went to school.
yeah, it was never normally like, oh, I'm better than this bloke, I'm better than Ethan Jones, so I'm going to make AFL.
That's what you told me for walking
Yeah.
the
He's been shouting that.
Nah, yeah, it was always just like, it's just what I wanted to do. It was never about anyone else. It's just what I wanted to do. So,
Well, it's not about achievement to date, and you're so young in your career. You're so well spoken of in footy circles, to date. We talk about things like what the guys have to do, because realistically, a lot different to when Matty and I were younger. You can still get drafted in your mid-20s these days. You can be
Blake from Bullions got drafted when he was like 20.
Yeah.
Oh no, the guy that comes to Brizzy now, Brandon Ryan.
Ryan,
Went to Hawthorn and then now he's at Brizzy.
So you can
He got picked
the
up for Northern
first
Bull.
couple of
So I tell
years.
these boys, yeah.
But if you put in, I was having that conversation earlier with Ethan. If you, Ethan was saying he's doing your training program at the moment. So I mean, and you said it was pretty tough. So you've got to find that next level. Of Brandon, my son, he hasn't stopped. He's gone all off season. Him and his mates are pushing, get the best out of their season next year. It's a couple of comments here quickly. Is it Darcy Wilmot?
Oh, yeah, that's my sister.
She's straight on. She's giving you the comments.
Yep, that's right, Tish.
Yep. So there's a few. And if anyone's got any questions for Darcy, feel free to put it in here. They'll keep coming up. There's Jessica's having a last time to come to the Pies. Someone wants you traded already.
No, it's 10-year deal at Brisbane next year. I've already organised it.
Time to come to the Pies. It's Paul Hinton. He's
Paulie.
got nothing going.
Mitchie.
I've told you, Jessica, bar him from the TV. He's not allowed on. Him and Meth.
While we're just looking, this time 2 years ago, you're getting ready for the draft.
Yep.
Blokes who are coming up to it now, what type of things can you expect? What was your feedback? Did you have an idea of where you'd end up? I think from memory, they had you going first round, early second. Was there a lot of clubs that come towards you? So I give people an idea, I suppose, of that run into the draft.
Yeah. Sorry, I've done it again.
It
Funny comes up, doesn't it? Right. So I've just got to think about what you just first said there. So yeah, when I was in my NAB now, you kind of just focus on playing TAC footy or NAB footy.
You can call it TAC, mate. We know it.
Yeah. So NAB, you play NAB footy, you play through the season, and then like as you kind of get through, some of the better guys, they'll get contacted by agents and stuff. I was pretty lucky enough, got called by Connor Sports and stuff like that. So actually, the bloke who manages me was my old coach in under 16s, who was under 18s coach, but I was lucky enough when I was 15 to play under 18s in nights.
Yeah, really?
So Ryan Geishan. So him and his brother Nick. So Nick manages me. So he contacted me and stuff, and they organised like teams contact him to say like, oh, we want to set up a little Zoom meeting, because in that time it was COVID and stuff. So sometimes they couldn't come, or sometimes they could. But so they talk to you and stuff. Like the clubs talk to you. I think I had every club talk to me, I think, except for GWS maybe.
Bit of regret there now.
Oh yeah, it doesn't really matter. I don't think I was like what GWS needed and stuff like that, which is fine. I was a chance to go anywhere between like 11 and 20 in
Yeah.
the first round. That's what they reckon. So, and then obviously went pick 16 with Brizzy. And there's heaps of trade talk on night, like, you know, if you get traded down or team like Melbourne try and trade it up for me and stuff like that. So, but yeah, what was your question? I've completely.
Actually, it's
The run.
Yeah.
What's the running?
Oh,
Basically,
yeah.
Like people get nervous. You've
Yeah.
got like mine was 25 years ago. And
Yeah.
even back then, you're sitting. Ours was on a radio, I think. So
Yeah.
just the lead up to it and the hope, I suppose, a lot of these kids will be coming in. There'll be people disappointed who won't get drafted.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess just the run into it
Right,
and
yeah.
how you went about it.
Yeah. Okay. I was probably just more focused on just playing footy. Like just setting up goals for each week for try and play nights. And then Vic Metro, but we didn't get a lot of games because of COVID stuffed us up. So
Yeah.
I think we only had like 7 or 9 games for the year. I think 2 for Vic Metro and 7 for nights.
Mhm.
So every game was more just like you just got to go out there and just try and do your best. Just make do what you got to do and stuff like that.
Let me ask you, Darcy, influences that have got you to here. Who has been your role model? Who's someone that motivates you still?
Well, say the big one would be my dad.
Yep.
Obviously growing up and stuff, we did a lot together. And then when he passed and stuff like that, obviously, did a lot for him and jersey number for him. And yeah, it's also good to have him, but also like my family and stuff like that for them. Like they sacrifice a lot. Mum driving me everywhere, sisters driving me everywhere.
Big commitment, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's huge. Like they do a lot for you. I think you don't really realize it in the moment. But like once you look back after, like if I've got to just drive down to the shops, I'm like, hurry up. Like,
Yeah.
But they got to drive to the shops, drive you to footy train, go to work. Like you do a lot.
Like,
They
you
do a
have
lot.
couple of kids, you'll realise real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was pretty lucky enough that like I had 2 older sisters that could help with that stuff. And could drive me to places as well. So yeah, that like probably just family. Brimmer Harvey was also pretty good for me as well. He'd come down and give me some tips and stuff. Obviously, we're playing with Cooper and stuff, but
Yeah.
my dad and his dad would talk all the time. And even after now, like every time I see him and stuff, we just have a chat and stuff. So
Pretty
yeah.
good role models to have. Now, who's your bestie at Brisbane? You always end up with one bestie. They'll probably end up, hearing about this. So you're
Yeah.
going to get.
The belief is
Yeah,
quite
like-
low.
yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say I would say 2. So I'm pretty close to Kyle Oman.
Yeah.
But I've got a housemate, Carl Lane, as well. So he plays with us as well. But he's real close with our friend group with like EJ and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'd probably say them 2. Like they're pretty inseparable. They're both different in their own ways and stuff. So
Which is handy.
yeah.
Now, Faves, they're going to show you how old Matty is.
Yeah.
Matty also, did he coach you, Matt? Or
He did coach me for a year.
Yeah. So
We're
he had
at
Faves.
Melbourne Reserves.
Right, okay,
He
yeah.
was a coach back then, and he was
Yeah.
the type of bloke that would tell you off, but he didn't sound like he was angry. He sounded like he was just disappointed. He
Yeah.
had that father figure about it. And I remember one time he gave Travis Johnson the greatest spray of all
Yeah, it's a good
time.
player, Trav.
And then you sat there and thought, was he angry at me or was he just disappointed in what I did? So he
Yeah.
was fantastic. He's one of to me, the great coaches. And as soon as Brisbane got him, I thought the club's in a very, very good space.
I think he's
Yeah.
the oldest coach in the league.
He is
by a
now,
bit.
yeah.
And how do you find him? Like,
Yeah.
be careful because you might watch his.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's fine. No, me and him we're pretty close. Everyone has those. Everyone says that about him. That he has that father figure about you and stuff.
Yeah.
And he helped me a bit with last year and stuff when I was a bit homesick. And we actually spoke about like that father figure, sort of thing. So, but yeah, he lovely. He just cares. He just has so much passion for you and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if he's angry or like he's not angry, but like I think it's just like the love for you kind of thing.
Seems pretty calm in the box
Yeah.
when I
Oh,
watch.
no. You should
No?
see. No.
Every time I see him,
He hates looking
seems-
at himself in the
Right.
thing because he sits there and goes, "Oh, I look like a dill." And I remember a couple of times I interviewed him and they showed him. He was almost embarrassed that he lost his mind. It's like, man, you're a coach, relax.
Yeah.
It happens. Look,
Yeah, he laughs about it, but
Yeah.
it's
like,
good.
He seems like a good guy. What we are going to do is we've got our first sponsor on board for the Northern Footy Show. So we're going to go to a quick 30-second commercial and support them. And when we come back, I know Bonners has got serious few questions here lined up for Darcy.
At Bathware Wholesale Australia, we are your local experts for everything bathware, tiles, cabinets and more. With our huge tile range, Australia's largest, we are able to offer the best pricing on our range guaranteed. We offer a home service too, where we can come to you also where you cannot make it to the showroom. Proudly supporting the Northern Footy Show and working with our local community. Visit us at 6 to 30 Heaths Court, Mill Park, or visit us online.
All right, welcome back, guys. If you can support our local sponsor, that's great. And if you want to sponsor the show, yell out, shoot us an email, and we can make it happen. Now, before Bonners gets into his serious questions, I want to give you an opportunity here, okay? Would you like to publicly apologise to all the Carlton broken hearts you gave this year? If you want to, and you want to think about the best way to put that forward to all us Carlton people.
Nah. Yeah. I've got a lot of cousins that are Carlton supporters, and so before the games and stuff, like Mum would be like, "Oh, you just got to beat them just for the cousins," rubbing in the cousins' face. So, if any of the cousins watching, yeah, stuff you guys.
all my in-laws are Carlton. It was the greatest night of my life. Quarter time, you should have seen the text going on, the Facebook messages. We've got this. It was fantastic. My
early.
TV was about to.
The lid's off for next year. Carlton will not lose a game. All right, lid's off.
Favorite ground to play at besides the Gavin.
I enjoy playing a Marble. Marble's a pretty good ground.
Yep.
MCG is pretty good as well, but that win against Melbourne, that was good. That was good.
Last year was ridiculous.
But yeah, when you lose at a ground, it's not really good to play at. So yeah, probably Marvel and MCG are pretty good. Their atmosphere is pretty crazy. Yeah, it's pretty unreal.
Who was the first person that took you under their wing at Brisbane?
Well, I've got a little bit of a mentor, Ryan Lester. We call him Froggy.
Yeah, Froggy.
Yeah, he was a little bit under my wing because he like same position and stuff, and he really helped. But like, it's more like the whole club kind of got around you. Wasn't really just one individual person. I know, like you have like when you're in your lines and stuff like that, you have someone that you kind of can ask questions to and stuff. But like the whole team's kind of really there for you. We're all on the same page with all different positions and stuff. So yeah, the whole team, like coaches and staff and players and stuff. But yeah, Ryan Lester was pretty good for me. So and still is. And
finally, who was the one player you stood next to and thought, I can't believe I'm playing next to this player?
No one.
No one.
Nah.
Good man.
I'm out. Nah, as soon as I'm out there, I'm like, nah. Like,
it's game on.
Yeah, like
I'm going to show you.
Who was the best player you played on this year?
This year, I could tell you last year in the preliminary finals, Isaac Smith was a fucking cunt to play on. Sorry for the language, but shit, like he was he was tough. He just kept running and running.
Yeah, they say he's the fittest player, one of the fittest players in the AFL. Yeah, the amount he runs each game and quick too.
He's off the charts.
Yeah. So I was always with him because like I'm a pretty good runner myself. Like not to hop my own boots up or anything like that, but yeah, I was running with him and stuff like that. And I'm like, shit, mate, like you don't need to run there. Like,
tell me, Darcy. I remember playing footy and you get a lot of jumper punches. How much harder are they in AFL? You still see a lot of jumper punches at AFL. I know they're probably like they're big boys. You're only still young. You grow into a boy. Like, mate, I can imagine someone big giving you a little bit of a touch up for fun if they can catch up. Yeah, like Cripper's a monster, but the jumper punches, they still going around pretty solid.
I've seen it to other blokes that do, but I haven't really had any incidents. It's more like it's all like talk and stuff like that.
I'll get Cripper on the phone. I'll make sure.
If anything, we'll probably go back out for him what he did to Kalachi. So get him back one. But I haven't really had any much of that stuff. But I don't really care if that happens to me because
it's a part of
it is.
The bit I miss the most is the camaraderie.
Yeah.
I was saying to my son, I can live with having retired from footy, and I played footy with supers up to mid-40s, and the bit I miss is in the rooms. I miss that having a beer with the boys after a game, someone having your back at that last minute when you think, I'm about to get crunched, and someone comes flying across and cleans them up. It's that camaraderie that you miss, and this sort of gives us that camaraderie as well.
Yeah.
I think that's why me and Matty do this show. It keeps us involved in footy. Now, this is pretty important. Pretty serious. Everyone would think you've signed $1 million deal for 10 years. We'll just pump that up a little bit. And you would think he would be staying at the Hilton the whole way down here, the best hotels, purely sponsored. I want you to tell the camera, Das, where have you been staying on the way down?
Yeah, so me and my missus, we came down. I got a new car actually. It's out the front, quite nice. I got it decked up a little bit, got the rooftop tent on it. So we've just come down and camped at little dog parks because we've got the 2 little pups and stuff. And yeah, it's not that strange. Like keeps the other boys go up the coast and stuff and go for a nice little thing. But I like it. It reminds me of going up to Akron and stuff, and that's me. Or I go caravan park and camping and stuff. But yeah, I like it. It's like I went to the farm or one of my mates' farm last Friday and stuff, and yeah, I loved it. Yeah, it's so nice.
That's a pisser. I did a bit of research on you over the last couple of weeks, and Darren Fox, you might know, down at Lorimer, speaking of Foxy, he goes, played a bit of cricket with Foxy. Foxy will tell you he's a fan. Here he is. He's just come up.
Here he is.
Monty on the
mic.
Foxy will tell you he's the greatest cricketer of all time.
Yeah,
but he's shit ass,
Yeah.
right? He didn't have me and Matty covered. But he said you're just a down to earth, absolute legend of a guy. We've only met you, the last half an hour, and I can just tell you're just one of the lads. None of this has gone to your head. You are just one of the boys, and you're
Exhibit A and B over here.
All right, so we're going to wind the show in a minute. Come in, boys.
Come on,
He brought
boys.
his mates down. Get on the camera. Squeeze over.
This is a footy party.
So introduce
Yeah,
them.
wave to Teddy.
Darcy,
Wave to Bob.
Ethan,
Yeah,
and so Jimmy, you're on here next week. Look, he's representing the power. He's nominated himself for Top Gun as well. Your name?
Trent. I'm from Lorimer as well.
Trent from Lorimer. Anyone who think this is a Lorimer show all of a sudden?
They did say that they wanted to have it, so
Yeah, no, well, we
Exhibit A
got
is not
Jimmy
bad.
next week, and Jim will tell you I was probably his greatest coach of all time, and it's probably
Wow.
replicated in the way he's coaching at the moment.
Did he quit after that? Or?
Give me a few mouthfuls. We'll speak about that next week. There's a lot of love for you online here, Dars. A lot of love. Darwin fans say g'day from Darwin. Am I on that one, Jess? Yep, Darwin fans. Lynn Nagel. Paul Antonello, we don't care about. He's an absolute nobody. He'll come in with some other Collingwood crap in a minute.
You're on there. Look at this guy. That's it. Let's see with his bunchies.
Is that your bedroom name or something? Choochie? Choochie? It's you. Is it?
Toots?
Oh,
Toots?
God. Clean home and clean your room.
That's mum.
You're in a bit of straw.
Thanks, mum.
Yeah, we'll get him home.
It's not even that bad, actually.
It's actually.
They don't live there all that time now, Mum. You just got to do it for me.
Nah.
Now, just to finish the show up, guys, we had a big Sunday last Sunday. We went down to Laylaw with Lance Whitnell and Shane Whitnell's boys, and they did the first round of Top Gun. I think the leading score was around about 38 points. Bonner's
Not
knocked me off
impressive,
on
It was the
some
best
rubbish
we've seen in
goal.
years.
But
It's
we're doing Moonda this week at 4 o'clock for round 2. And Ethan behind me is going to try and tee up the Lorimer guys. He's self-nominated himself to kick the footy. I need to do more, so we're going to get them on. Darcy, from me and Bonners, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
on your
Appreciate it,
time
mate.
off.
Thank you very much.
Guys, we look forward to seeing you next week. We've got Jimmy Atkins, superstar coach, who's just going up to Divi 2, and from what we're hearing is training the boys hard, which I love to hear. And we got so many more people, Bonners, coming up over the next few weeks.
Quite a few good Northern footy players, Northern footy clubs. So we're really starting to promote clubs in the area. But, the more people we can get online here. So if you like what you see here, like and follow. We can spread the word out, get some good sponsors for each club, and really get rocking.
Awesome. Absolutely, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, nice.